So hello, welcome back to the next class. Today we are going to start the next subject, which is human resource development, and all the topics that we are going to discuss in this entire subject are mentioned here for your reference, and all the topics that we are going to discuss in today's class in particular are also mentioned here for your reference. Now let's get into the class. So before directly entering into today's subject, let us understand certain basics first. Let us try to understand the meaning of the term development, and then we will move on to the term human resource development, and then we will further move on to further concepts. Now, what do we generally mean by the term development? Development is basically increasing the level or making something better than it used to be, right? That is basically development, right? So when we talk about human resource development, we are actually talking about developing the human resource in an organization. Now this development of human resource in an organization can be in various dimensions. That means we can actually talk about development of human resource in terms of skills, in terms of capabilities, in terms of potential, in terms of managerial skills. In this way, so many different things. So basically, when we talk about human resource development in this subject, that means this entire subject, in this entire subject of human resource development, we are actually talking about the different ways of developing the human resource in an organization. Okay, that is the main thing about this human resource development subject. Okay, now let's talk about the definition of human resource development. There is this person called as Mr. T.V. Rao. He is generally known as the father of Indian HRD. You can actually expect this as an objective bit. He defined human resource development as, see, human resource development is a continuous and a planned process. Now, why did we say it is a continuous process, it is a planned process here? Because, see, human development in general, human development is considered as a continuous process. So based on that, we have referred here telling that human resource development is a continuous process. That is one. Now, why did we say it is a planned process? See, human resource development involves so many different planning strategies, planning techniques and all, because you can't just tell that, today we don't have any work, let's go out and develop our employees. No, basically, if you are intending to develop the human resource in an organization, you have to go according to certain plans. That means you have to make certain plans, you have to look after the implementation of those plans, you have to look after the designing part of whatever that is helpful or that is required in order to implement your plans and all these things. So it generally involves a lot of planning, this particular human resource development. So coming back to the definition, human resource development is generally a continuous and a planned process whereby organizations help their employees develop in three different dimensions. First, in performance point of view, that means developing the human resource in the organization in order to perform their present as well as the future roles. That is one dimension in which this particular human resource development is used by the, or basically human resource development is done in the organizations as per this definition. This is one dimension. Coming to the second dimension, in first dimension I told you that developing the human resource in performance point of view on, or basically his job point of view. Second thing is in general point of view, that means developing the individual himself. That means developing him in terms of his aptitude skills, in terms of his reasoning skills, or basically developing his individual potential and all these things. This is the second component. And the third component, that means according to this definition, the third component in which development happens in an organization is trying to create a culture, trying to create an organizational culture or a climate or an environment which promotes the first two things, which promotes growth, which promotes development and all these things. So basically, coming back to this definition tells that human resource development is a planned and a continuous process where the organizations help their human resource in order to develop in this particular job point of view or professional point of view, develop in terms of individual point of view, and trying to create an organizational culture or climate which promotes these two. This is basically the definition given by Mr. T.V. Rao, father of Indian HRD. We are going to look after the definition. I just gave you the simple explanation of the definition. Okay, till now we have discussed what do you mean by development, what do you mean by human resource development, and we discussed the basic definition of human resource development. Now let's move on to the main reason of HRD. That means the main purpose of HRD. That means why do we require this subject, or where do we basically apply this subject, or why, what is the need for us to learn this particular subject called as human resource development? Why HRD? It is a simple question. Why HRD? See, consider this thing. Why do organizations take people in? Like, why do organizations recruit people? Why do organizations take in people? Basically, organizations require people in order to attain their objectives, right? Now, what is the purpose of development? You need to understand the answer to the question, what is the need of development? That means, see, I had certain objectives to fulfill, and I took in certain workforce to fulfill that objective. And why, what is the point of development here? Why should I develop? For example, if I need a person who is capable of managing 10 people at one time, and I just recruit a person who I felt that he is capable of managing the 10 people, that means he fills my criteria. Now what is the point of developing that individual again? I can just tell that, see, this is my requirement, and I think you have the capability, and come in and work for fulfilling my my requirements, and I will pay you for that, the salary pattern, all those things. Now again, why should we talk about development here? That means you needed something, you brought in the workforce in order to fulfill your needs, and that's it, right? You can stop there. What is the purpose of developing the human resource again in the human resource in this organization? You need to understand the answer for that. It means you need to basically understand this concept, then only we can further move into the subject, telling that in order to develop the human resource in an organization, you have to do this, you have to do that. Before doing all this, you have to understand why should you develop human resource in an organization. See, let us try to understand that, the answer to that particular question. Why do we need to develop the human resource in an organization? See, basically, the environment in which organizations operate is very dynamic in nature. Something which is considered to be extraordinary today can simply quickly convert into ordinary tomorrow. So you can't rely on a simple single source, or a single level of performance, or a single level of potential, or a single level of the standard level of employee, or workers, or whatever it is in an organization. You can't just see, for example, if you are a leading company in the world today, you can't just tell that, see, these are the knowledge, these are the skills, these are the capabilities of my entire organization, and I am in the number one position today, and I will try to maintain that, and I assure that I will be number one throughout the life cycle of my organization. You can't tell that. Who knows, maybe tomorrow another organization can come in with knowledge, skills, capabilities which are more than your organization. Now it may beat your position in the market, right? So see, always keep this in mind, telling that the environment in which organizations operate is very dynamic in nature. So you can't survive, in the competitive market at all times, beating each and every other competitor with only the same set of skills. It may work for a specific period of time, but you can't assure, telling that it will work for the entire life cycle of the organization, or basically it will work for the lifetime. Okay, that is the first thing. Why you should basically develop the human resource in an organization, so that you could be ready, or so that you could be prepared for the dynamic changes in the environment. That is the first reason. See, the second thing is, hire and fire policy doesn't work in India. In our country, we hire and fire policy doesn't work. Hire and fire policy is basically practiced in many other countries, but in our country, in normal cases, hire and fire policy is not at all practiced. So basically what happens in hire and fire policy is, the organization has a choice to hire the employee and fire the employee whenever it wants. So basically that doesn't happen in India. So you can't just bring in an employee, tell that see, you have this particular set of skills and I require those particular set of skills, come and join my organization. And once he joined the organization after a specific period of time, you can't just tell that, see, in the market new skills are in demand and you don't have those skills, so please leave my job, or please leave my organization. You can't basically tell that immediately on the face of the employee in our country. Okay, so basically there is no hire and fire policy in our country. So if you are thinking of if you are thinking that environment in the market or in the environment, so many new skills came out, and my employees are not updated in those skills, you can't just go to the employees and tell that, see, your skills are no more, no longer needed, please leave. Now that happens in so many other cases, like for example, you have layoff, you have retrenchment and all these things. But basically only on the point of this, it is not very easy to fire all the employees just because they are new skills are emerging in the market. You see, there are so many things associated with that. There are so many legal procedures associated with that. That means you can't just fire a set of employees. You need to follow certain legal procedures, and there are so many different costs associated with firing the employees whenever you want and whenever you need, right? That is one thing why you have to concentrate on developing the human resource in your organization, right? Now the third thing is, see, even though you have fired the employees in your organization, because the market is dynamic, and new trends are emerging, new skills are emerging, and all these things, in order to recruit new people, that are there also costs are involved, right? So basically the point number 2 and point number 3 that we are discussing now, in both of these things, many legal things are involved, many costs are involved. That means the organization has to take so many different risks in this in this perspective, right? That is another reason. Now moving on to the next reason. See, if you are an organization and if you are putting focus or if you are developing the human resource in your organization, then that particularly or definitely reflects in the employees mind, telling that my organization is striving or my organization is putting on efforts for my development. That definitely further has an impact on his commitment or his his contribution or his performance level or his motivational levels towards the organization, towards the work, right? That is another reason why we have to concentrate on human resource development. And the next thing is, see, if an organization is putting in efforts in order to develop its human resource, then it definitely has it definitely reflects in its culture and climate, right? That will definitely in turn reflect the the perception about an organization in the public or in people's mind, right? In the society, in the environment, that will definitely have an impact on the organization's culture and climate, right? That is one another reason why we have to concentrate on human resource development, or that is another reason why we have to develop the human resource in an organization. And next, the main thing, see, if you are an organization and if you are continuously developing the human resource in an organization, now then that particular continuously updated or continuously developed human resource in an organization can be can be used as a strength to that organization or can form a core competency or a core strength to that organization, right? So that is another main reason why you have to develop the human resource in an organization. In this way, there will be so many different reasons or so many different purposes or so many different advantages or benefits of developing the human resource in an organization. So whenever you have a question of why do we need to develop the human resource in an organization, try to think of all these different things. So these are the different things which indicate that yes, you have to concentrate on the development of the human resource in an organization. See, initially in the early stages of industrialization, or basically in the early stages, or basically in very old times, this particular human resource development is considered as a cost to the company. Now as the time moved on, more focus or more concentration has been put on this human resource development part, where this human resource development, all the all the time, all the costs that are invested on this human resource development in an organization moved from it is a cost perspective to it is an investment perspective. Now all the investments that are put on human resource development in an organization in terms of cost or in terms of efforts or in terms of time or whatever it is, all the investments that are put on the human resource development in an organization now is considered as an investment. Okay, keep this point in mind. So basically now we have just seen why human resource development, what is the need of human resource development, what is the purpose of human resource development, or the answer to the question why do we need to develop the human resource in an organization. So this is basically the importance of this entire subject, human resource development. And this is the reason why you have to learn this subject, human resource development, in order to develop your human resource in the organization, in order to attain all these things, okay, or in order to grow competence in all these areas or all these aspects that we have just discussed, right? Now let's move on to the theory part, where we will be looking the same thing that we have discussed now, but a little more extra information, so that you could use as a reference. Okay, so unit 1 of this subject, introduction to human resource development, right? See, let's look at the definition. According to TV Rao, I already told you Mr. TV Rao is considered as the father of Indian HRD. Now you can actually expect this as a objective bit. So according to TV Rao, human resource development is a process by which organizations help their employees in a continuous and a planned way in order to acquire or sharpen skills required to perform various functions associated with their present or future expected roles. That means here we are talking about developing the individual or developing the human resource in an organization in order to perform his present as well as future roles. That means in job point of view, development in terms of job perspective, right? Now second point, to develop their general skills as individuals, discover and utilize their inner potential for their own good and for the organizational development purposes. Now, see, here in this definition, we are telling that human resource development is a process by which organizations help their employees in a continuous and planned way to in order to achieve three main things. The first thing is developing the individual or developing the human resource in an organization in job point of view. That means making him, developing him so that he could perform his present as well as future expected roles. And the second point is in order to develop the individual in individual point of view, or in terms of potential, or in terms of his aptitude, reasoning, in terms of his own personal skills. The third objective is develop an organizational culture in which superior subordinate relationships, teamwork, and collaboration among subunits are strong and contribute to the professional well-being, motivation, and pride of employees. So according to this definition, organization helps the employees, helps its human resource in a planned and continuous way in order to achieve three different things. First one, in order to develop in job point of view its human resource. Second one, in order to develop its human resource in individual point of view, like his potential, his knowledge, his skills, his capabilities, and all these things individually. Okay, his reasoning, his aptitude skills. In this way, growing, basically growing or developing the individual himself. Now, the third thing is in order to promote a good organizational culture or climate, which promotes these two things using various things, like developing, trying to develop a good relationships between the subordinates, superiors, and all these things. So this is basically this definition given by Mr. T.V. Rao, the father of Indian HRD. Okay. Now, in simple terms, human resource development is helping people to acquire expertise. Okay. HRD is based on the belief that human development is a never-ending continuous process. Okay, so basically human development, there is this concept which says that human development in general is a continuous process. So based on that concept, we have taken this particular thing called as human resource development is also a continuous process. Okay, now let us talk about the evolution and history of human resource development in India. That means who brought this term human resource development basically, and when did this particular concept of human resource development come into India, and what are some of the prominent names and all these things. Very small concept, and in objective examinations point of view, important concept. Now see, history and evolution of human resource development in India. Okay, now TV Rao is known as the father of Indian HRD, right? We already discussed. And this particular term of human resource development was coined by the person called as Leonard Nadler. Now, this particular person called Leonard Nadler coined the term human resource development in 1969. That means in 1969, he introduced this term called as human resource development. Now, this particular concept came into picture in 1969, right? Now in the next year after it was coined, that means in 1969 it was coined, in 1970 the next year this concept was introduced in India. Now the concept of HRD came into India in 1970, right? Now next, see, there are these two important people that that we will be hearing throughout the subject, who are called as Mr. TV Rao and Mr. Uday Parikh. These two people are great contributors to human resource development in the country, and Mr. TV Rao is generally known as the father of Indian HRD, right? We have discussed. Now these two people are generally these two people are professors in IIM Ahmedabad. Okay, now these two people contributed towards this human resource development in many ways. Let's look at that. See, TV Rao and Uday Parikh, both being professors in IIM Ahmedabad, were instrumental in setting up a human resource development department in L&T in 1975, making it the first company in India to have a fully dedicated HRD department. So these two people, Mr. TV Rao and Mr. Uday Parikh, in 1975 set up the first human resource development department, HRD department, in a company called as L&T. That means L&T is a pioneer company in India where the first HRD department was established in 1975. Objective bit, important bit. Now, the first workshop of HRD was held in 1979. That means in 1969 the term HRD was coined. In 1970 it was introduced in India. In 1975 the first department for HRD was introduced in L&T, and in 1979, that means 9 years after it came into India, the first workshop of human resource development was held. Now the first center of human resource development was established by XLRI Jamshedpur. XLRI College Jamshedpur. There, the first center for human resource development was established, and NHRD and MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, National HRD Network, all these things were established in 1985. So these are basic 4 to 5 different points, and in an objective examination point of view, they are very important, and this is basically the concept and about the evolution and history of human resource development in India. Now let's move on to some basic concept called as relation between human resource management and human resource development. So basically in the previous subject, human resource management, that we have discussed, we have looked after so many different things. That means basically we looked after how are human resource managed in an organization in an effective and efficient manner. That means we have looked after so many different concepts, so many different things, so many different tools and all these things which are used in an organization in order to manage the human resource in that particular organization in an effective and efficient manner, right? Now, this particular subject, human resource development, as we already discussed, is the subset of the subject human resource management. Like this, like in simple terms, we have discussed that human resource management is like the superset of all the other subjects which generally focus on the management of human resource in an organization, right? That means, we generally told that this particular subject, human resource management, is the superset of all the different subjects like human resource development, labor laws, industrial relations, organizational behavior, compensation management. That means all the different subjects which concentrate on managing the human resource in an organization. To all these subjects, human resource management subject acts as a superset, right? Now, this human resource development subject, come back to human resource development. So as we already discussed, human resource development in particular is a subset of the subject human resource management. Now see, there there in human resource management, in our previous subject, we talked about how to manage your human resource. Here in particular, when we talk about human resource development, the part of human resource management in particular, here we basically concentrate on developing the human resource in an organization. That means here we are basically concentrating on how to extract the extraordinary performance from an ordinary employee. Now that may be by, by using different development techniques or different developmental mechanisms or different development tools. So basically our main aim in this particular subject, or by learning this particular subject, is to extract extraordinary performance from an ordinary employee. Okay, so this is the basic for, center of attention or the point of focus of this particular subject when compared with that particular subject. That particular subject looks after managing the human resource as a whole. Here in this human resource development, we are talking only about the development perspective of the human resource in an organization. Okay, now the second thing is, without human resource management you don't have human resource development. Okay, and the other thing is, human resource management generally is reactive in nature. That means, once you get the human resource to you, or once you have your, once you have all your requirements, and in order to fulfill those requirements you bring in workforce. Now once you have your workforce, then you will be acting on them. That means you will be managing them. That is basically reactive in nature, human resource management. Whereas this particular human resource development in particular is basically proactive in nature. Okay, now you will be planning about the development of your human resource proactively. That is in, not in each and every case, but mostly we are telling, in most of the cases human resource management is reactive. In most of the cases human resource development is proactive. Now there will be certain situations in which the human resource development will be reactive. That means there is a sudden change of technology in the market, and you have to use the technology, or basically government implemented a new rule telling that, from tomorrow onwards you have to use this technology only. Then you have to develop your human resource by giving them training or whatever it is, because there is a sudden change which, which forced you to develop your human resource, right? So there will also be those kind of exceptional cases, but generally human resource management is reactive in nature, whereas human resource development is proactive in nature. Okay, now, so the relation between human resource management and human resource development. Okay, so HRD is an integral part of human resource management. As I already told you, human resource management acts as a superset of the subject human resource development. Now human resource management deals with the effective and efficient management of the human resource of an organization, whereas human resource development, this subject in particular, deals with basically the training and development aspects of the workforce. Okay, now the major focus of human resource development, this particular subject, the major focus of this subject is extracting extraordinary performance from ordinary employees by enhancing his or her physical, mental, social or spiritual well-being, and enabling the individual to derive the level of life satisfaction. Okay, this is a general concept. Now in simple terms, trying to, find the relation between this HRM and HRD in simple terms, human resource management deals with the management of people working in the organization, whereas human resource development deals with the development of knowledge, skills, attitudes to improve the performance and behavior. So basically here we are telling that human resource management, the main point of focus of human resource management is managing the workforce in an organization in an effective or efficient manner, whereas the main center of focus of this particular subject, human resource development, is development of the workforce in an organization. That may be in terms of knowledge or skills or capabilities or potential or whatever it is. but the main center of focus here is development. Now another difference is human resource management is reactive in nature, whereas human resource development is proactive in nature. Now I already told you, and there will be exceptional cases where this HRD, when we tell that HRD is proactive in nature, there will be exceptional cases where HRD is a result of a reactive thing. Okay, but basically human resource management is reactive in nature, whereas human resource development is proactive in nature. Okay, now let's move on to the next to last concept in today's class, and the one of the most important concept in this entire human resource development subject, which is the process of human resource development. Okay, see, we told that human resource development means this, and these are the reasons why we have to concentrate on human resource development in an organization and all these things, right? In the definition itself, we have discussed telling that human resource development is a continuous and a planned process, right? Now planned process, what is the process? So development in any organization follows a certain set of steps, follows a certain procedure. Now what is this procedure? It is simple, it is basic. See, any tool or technique that you take in an organization in order to develop your human resource in the organization follows this particular process. Now we may mention that okay, this is the process, or we may not mention that this is the particular process followed, but basically this is the general framework, or this is the general process that is followed by any tool or technique, or any basic anything that is done in order to develop the human resource in an organization. Now see, so the HRD process. Human resource development involves a process which includes a 4-step sequence. Okay. Now, the first step is called as needs assessment, where you try to find out the needs or objectives and all these things. The second thing is the second step, or the second stage in the process, or second phase in this particular process is designing. That means you had your needs and objectives in the first phase or first step of this particular process, right? So in order to fulfill that particular needs, objectives and all these things, you design a particular thing. Now it may be a tool, technique, mechanism, whatever it is. Basically you are trying to design something that you think that will help in order to achieve your needs and objectives. Second thing. The third thing is implementation. Once you have designed something in the second step, you implement it. Fourth one is evaluation. Right, now let's look at each of them individually in detail, just a theory part for your reference. See, the first step is needs assessment phase, right? The first phase or the first step in this particular process. Now what happens in this particular step? Human resource development interventions are used to address some need or gaps within the organization. Okay. Now, identifying the needs involves examining the organization, its environment, the job task, and the employee performance. So basically, when we are telling that you are basically identifying if there is any need for development or if there is any scope for development, that means we are basically looking after the employees' performance, the organization's performance, the environment, and all these things. We are basically scanning all these things so that we could find any difference or discrepancy, right? Now, once the assessment phase is completed, it is important to translate the issues identified in that phase into clear objectives for HRD programs. Okay. Now, we are telling that, see, once you have found out that there is a particular difference that has to be fulfilled, or there will be a particular difference which which we need to work on, that so that it would it would not cause any sudden problem and all these things. So once you found out a particular gap, or once you found out any scope of development, if you feel that this in this area we can develop more, or if this area has particular particular scope of booming in the industry, so if we could develop in that particular aspect, we could actually use that as a strength in our organization. So in this way, if you find any scope of development, or if you find any need for development on all these things, you need to convert that need or that scope into clearly defined objectives, so that you could use that as your checklist of to do things in the next few parts, like designing, implementation, and all these things. So moving on to the second phase, design phase. See, the second phase of the human resource development process involves designing the HRD program or intervention. Okay. Now, the design phase also involves selecting and developing the content of the program. Now, see, from the first step, from the first phase in this particular process, we got our needs and objectives, right? Now, our main aim in this second stage or the second step is designing something which fulfills our need or objectives that we got in the first phase. Now there are so many different things that we do in this design phase, like what are the different methods of implementation of the tools and techniques. Okay, for example, simple example, if if you feel that training is the thing that will satisfy my needs or objectives. Now in this particular, so developing a training program in order to satisfy the needs or objectives, or in order to help you achieve the needs and objectives, is your main aim in this design part, right? Now while designing this particular training program, you do so many different things, like you try to design the materials that will be used in the training program. You try to decide what are the different techniques of delivery, different methods of delivery, and what are the different modes of offering this training program. That means, will you offer the training program while the employees are performing their job, that means on the job, or when they are not performing their regular job, that means off the job. In this way, the mode of delivery you will be, you'll also be choosing in this designing part. You'll also be choosing the different methods of this particular training and all. And you'll also be choosing all the things which are related to the designing part of this particular training program, right? That's what. See, the designing phase also involves selecting and developing the content of the program. Now this means choosing the most appropriate settings for the program, like on the job, in the classroom, on online methods and all these things. And the other thing is the techniques used to facilitate learning. That means the different techniques that you are going to use, such as lecture method or discussion method, role play, simulation, what are the different techniques. And also the materials to be used in delivering the program, what are the different materials there, relating to those things also you'll be deciding in this designing part, such as workbooks, job aids, web based or web enhanced materials, films, videos, PowerPoint presentations, etc. All these things you do in the designing part. Now let's move on to the third phase, or the third step in this process, which is implementation part. In the first step you got your needs, objectives. In the second step you design something that will help you fulfill the needs and objectives in the first step. In the third phase you will be just implementing. Now the third step, implementation phase. The goal of the assessment and the design phases is to implement effective HRD programs or interventions. This means that the program or intervention must be delivered or implemented using the most appropriate means or methods as determined in the design phase. Okay. So here in this phase, you are basically concentrating on implementation phase. Always remember, implementation is always the most important step. Even though you have clearly defined needs and objectives, even though you have designed a program which is excellent, but if you fail to deliver that particular program, or if your implementation part has any mistake, then your entire framework of human resource development will get impacted. Okay. Now moving on to the last phase, which is evaluation phase. Now the program evaluation is a final stage in human resource development process. This is where the effectiveness of the human resource development intervention is measured. That means, you had your needs and aims. Based on that, you designed something and you implemented that. Now you have to look at, did this actually work? Did the objectives and needs that I came out from, or the I kept as my to do things, are achieved or not? Now this is an important but often underemphasized activity. See, most of the organization, what they do is, they operate like, see, I feel that training is a solution for development in my organization, so I'll just provide training and I'll just sleep. They will not even, in most of the organization it happens, they don't even bother of this evaluation, but that means they will not see if whatever training they provided is actually helpful or not. They will just think that, okay, in so many different organizations, for the same problem they gave training, in our organization also we will be providing training. They'll give the training and they'll just expect the employees performance to rapidly increase, but they will not concentrate on, is training suitable in my organization. Did my employees think that this training helped them, and all these things. In this way, many organizations do not basically emphasize on this evaluation. That means they'll just randomly give training or counseling or coaching or mentoring, whatever it is, and they will just underemphasize this particular evaluation phase. Now careful evaluation provides information on the participants' reaction to the program, how much they learn, whether they use what they have learned on the job, and whether the program improved the organizational effectiveness. So this is basically the implementation part. Now today we have started the first topic of this particular human resource development, where we started talking about what do we mean by development, and then we moved on to what do we mean by human resource development, and then we talked about why do we need to learn this human resource development, or what is the point of concentrating on this human resource development. That's what is the importance of this human resource development in organization. And we also looked after why should we actually or basically why should we develop the human resource in an organization, right? And then we moved on to certain small concept called as history or evolution of human resource development in India, where who bought the term human resource development, when it did come to India, and who are the prominent people in India who contributed too much to this HRD and all these things. And next we move on to our our major topic, which is HRD process. We told that, see, any tool or technique or any intervention in the organization which is related to development, or basically this human resource development in an organization, follows a certain 4-step procedure. Now we told that the first one is called as needs assessment, where you actually try to find out the objectives or needs, and based on that objectives or needs, you move on to the second step where you design a particular thing, and you then move on to the third step where you implement the thing that you have designed, and you move on to the fourth phase. So in terms of fundamentals or basics for the introduction of this particular subject, human resource development, this will be enough. And when we further move on to different units or different concepts in this particular subject, we will be learning so many different things which are related to human resource development. That has been today's class. Thank you.